Alright, chat. Hopefully I hadn't, boomered the audio again. Like I had on accident last time around. Yeah, this be, Gashapon Wars. Let me just, adjust that in the whatchamacallit. In the settings so that it's, the window is a bit bigger. And there we go, dolphin. Okay, fuck it. It's probably the closest I can get to the window size being the proper size, so yeah, well. Anywho, chat. Now initially I wanted to make a designated grinding stream for because at the time I had far less units. However, as you can see, I have successfully managed to fill in the entire collection. So there's that. The box level I've gotten up to like 82, and I have all the modes. Now I had sub-showers in the place. I was just doing the intro for stuff, cause yeah, there's all these game modes, including two that are basically like exclusive to the Wii port. The Action Waging War Plus, that's that one's exclusive to the Wii port, and the Random Dungeon mode, which I have yet to try out and as such, designated stream. Because I also get to show off the cool stuff that's exclusive to the Wii port. Unfortunately. In all modes though, in all modes though, there's a one unit that has been added into the generally playable roster. There's the Green Zaku Warrior. It's basically the Red Zaku Warrior with a different skin. Although I can go check in the gallery whether it has any gimmicks. You know what? Why not do it live? But yeah, let's see. It has the beam rifle, has the heat hawk, has the hand grenade, and doesn't come with any wizard now. Basically, it's a gimmickless Zaku Warrior. Yeah, I had been making notes for of the various changes and in between this one and the GameCube port, so I'm gonna definitely and eventually cover that. Now, I did try Random Dungeon. I got to floor 51 with Destiny Gundam. Well, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'll try and start with the Destiny Gundam too. So, sure, why not? And obviously, if I wanted to lock in, as the Zoomers say, I could technically oh, I already spotted the exit. Oh. Anywho, yeah, if I were to like get a bit more tryhard, I could definitely try and do things like run safe states, but you know what? Might as well try and stick to it the standard way. Whatever happens, happens. At least we'll have a decent turnover rate. How about that, chat? That sound good to you? I mean, hopefully it does, because that's how I want to roll. I'm not really intending to renege on that. But you know, at the very least, that gives me an excuse to run some of your favorites, so... Funnily enough, I'm still running this on the whatchamacallit. Oh! So... Oh, this one's supposedly a trip. Oh! That's cool. And, pretty much the D-pad thing, that's the one you're supposed to use to activate the special thing. Admittedly, I'm just wandering around being silly. Although these guys are starting to get like really pesky, so I should consider, you know, actually paying a lot more attention. I do recall running this one once with the Gelgook cannon, but I just, you know, skimmed the first floor and I was like, okay, that's a cool game mode. But, you know, might as well try and get some stuff done as well. Right? Alright, so the piles of boxes I'm supposed to destroy. Now, one thing that I found out recently, based on the stuff that was on the message boards, like, you know, I'm a habitual lurker, so I run into stuff, but apparently a lot of the like new unit additions into this mode, it's apparently from Scad Hammers. Although I'm not completely sure on that, because I haven't played enough Scad Hammers to confirm. But you know, as some people say, you know, big if true, big if true. All right, this was not much of an entrapment, was it? Question is, how are the other rooms gonna be like? And yeah, after I clear the nearest one, I'm gonna swap on back to the chat. Oh, this one just reveals stuff. Oh, that kind of makes sense now, because you know, a little while ago I did play on the Freedom difficulty, and I was kind of curious as to what certain things were, and you know, I seem to have figured that one out. Also, the mines, I think, are from Scad Hammers. That much I can definitely recall. Not that I would mind the use of like recycled assets. Hell, like to this day, one of my favorite PSP Gundam games is Gundam Assault Survive, and you know, that one's basically Battle Universe, but you know, with a few twists to him, that I personally enjoy. I know that some people are like, nah, I prefer the rank-based unlocks, and even my rather fatigued self when I was running the Battle Destiny 1. Even then I had conceded that yeah, it's definitely a preference thing, but you know, at the end of the day I would have probably went with I would have probably gone with a with the entry that gives me more mobile suits anyway. 'Cause I like mobile suits, they're cool. But anywho, K's LC. I heard someone says Gundam Assault Survive. Yeah! I had said exactly that. Because I love that one. I really do. Like my only qualms with that game is the fact that in the versus mode you're not getting the images of stages that you wanna set, which you know then kind of makes certain things a bit more difficult. But you know, it's a minor gripe. And the second minor gripe being the fact that there's no more playable Resin Schneider. You know, my favorite Neo Zeon pilot. Only Quasar, and Quasar is an airhead, to put it lightly. No one likes Quiz. Well, I don't like Quiz, and a lot of people don't like Quiz, and I'm gonna pretend that it is the consensus, even though I have no clue what the current consensus on the Quiz question, if I may make that pun. Currently, yes. But I think I should, you know, stick with calling it the Quest question. I think that definitely has a lot more ring to it than, you know, the issue of Quest Pariah. The problem. The unfortunate the unfortunate circumstantial occurrance that we're in a universe that would even tolerate the existence of a mint-haired individual by the name of Quest Pariah. Oh well, and again, you know, at least it gave Chen a good cannon fodder to make her look cool. So there's that. Oh no, it's a trap! It's a trap! There you go, level 8! Oh yeah. I think I like this level thing. Like, I was watching a JP channel, right? And the dude was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna do a full 100 round run with just a Doan Zaku. Of course, the dude had, you know, breaks, but it was still really cool, you know, watching him wreck shit and in a mobile suit whose you know, big gimmick is just tossing rocks. Well, in most games. In Federation versus Zeon, it had a lot less than that, since, you know, it was just a an enemy that would show up, you know, depending on if specific circumstances were met and it was just a melee only Zaku, but that don't make it any less cool. You know, it's still a neat touch. But anywho, I've been trying to get the trailer people together so that I'll have the trailer for the Skullheart video done in a reasonable time frame. Which, come to think of it, I have to pester some of them about, you know, how's the stuff coming along. But yeah, there's gonna be that being worked on. I'm gonna try and work on Skullheart proper, you know, the vid itself, over the span of the weekend. So, rest assured, things are definitely happening. Alright, so let me just get the reveal thing. Also, the most foolproof option in this is just go and fuck it, wee ball with the melee, because the shots are rather inconsistent with their lock-ons. Not that it would be an issue, and thanks to the fact that you know, I can use my keybinds for stuff from the game, yeah, from the GameCube version. That's definitely a big help. Also, let me check on the chat. I'm equipped with PS Armor combined with Eye Field. That's the best combo you can have in Assault Survive. I mean, yeah, pretty much. Like, that's what I kind of did with my Assault Buster. I did pretty much that combination. Where you know, you're running I think it wasn't even just the standard PS Armor. At that point I had the part size limit removed, and as such I was rocking the Transphase Armor, the one that the Raider, the Forbidden, and the whatchamacallit, the Calamity used. Those ones. Because I think that one's like locked to either M or, yeah, probably M, not S. S is the category that the whatchamacallit, that the Victory and its variants are in. So there was that. Alright, quest point or whatever has been sorted out. Although I did get that scratched up. Honestly, this is a very casual friendly dungeon diving thing. Which, you know, I think it is very funny that you get this one pretty much after beating the game on freedom, which you know, at that point you're at that point you've been through the thick of it. But you know, I'm guessing that the leniency will soon end whenever the floor thing hits double digits, so I suppose I should enjoy it. Oh, but I threw the boomerang. Dang it. Anywho. Anywho. What's the chat say? Nothing. Cool. But this definitely looks like a tile set from Hammers. Now I've played the Hammers, funnily enough, only for a bit, since you know, the way I had it set up, because I don't have a Wiimote. I admittedly had my own special way to do so. You know, I had banded the motion controls to, I think, one of the analog sticks on my Xbox controller, which let's just say that it had mixed results, and but it worked. But the poor little stick, you know, had gone through like hell and back on that stream, so I don't want to, you know, repeat that. I don't think it would be fair to that controller. But yeah, play I definitely did. Although the walking noise is very funny. This goes like dun 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 dun. I'm hoping I'm not killing anyone's eardrums. I've set the volume pretty low, so. Hopefully that ain't the case. Although one thing that I do enjoy is the fact that... Oh. Okay, give me a second. There we go. More trap tiles. And on to another one. If you want to see me, you know, run a unit of your choice, just, you know, just speak up in the chat. I'll catch it. Don't you worry. Oh look, Spearheads. And Mobius. Holy crap, did Civ make this stage? Oh, that's it's a channel regular. Fun dude. Plays old games. And also, yeah, they really gotta work on the audio balancing, because all I keep hearing is the little stumpy noise. I mean, that aside, this is fine. This is A-okay. Slash through that. Shoot the thing. It is definitely workable, even despite, you know, the jank present in the general combat loop of Gashapon Wars, which, I mean, it's not half bad. You know, I definitely can't complain in that department, because I've seen more egregious cases, so this is definitely fine as is. But you know, It is something of note. The jank, I mean. Oh. Yeah, that was a mine. Never mind. Never mind. Alright. Another big canyon, huh? Oh! Hello! My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. The level ups are unironically hard carrying my health. Alright, what is this one's deal? I'm pretty sure I'm in the middle of nowhere. Not that it would stop these guys, but damn. Okay. Got that done. Like if this drags on, I'm gonna probably do the middle save and on like floor 10 or something, so that I'm not, you know, not overdoing it. No, but that's understandable. Also, I got a gacha capsule. That's pretty neat. Oh, hi, Dan. I'm glad this one's like a jobber level thing, because otherwise, yeah, that would have been trouble. Anywho, just float. Because I definitely want to take a good look at what this floor has to offer. Alright, there's one more bogey on this floor. I think I can get it. See? Booger's right in front of me. Yeah, got it. Oh yeah, chat. In case you have been keeping up with the quacks, how do you enjoy the latest one? I think there's definitely there was definitely some room for improvement in regards to stuff. You know, they definitely needed a lot more time to add to stuff, but like overall, I really liked it. Yeah, I think the basically the Ava Rebuild movie 3.0 ending, I think that one kind of worked with that. I don't know. Like maybe it's my inner Gundam junkie. And I want to see more. And I want to justify it to myself in the way that, yeah, would have been nice. Because I really liked, you know, the conclusion was really heartwarming. I really liked that. I think that was nice. Like, yeah, there were definitely some things that you could, you know, point at and be like, yeah, I don't like that. But, you know, I'm not you. And of what I watched, I definitely have very few regrets. personally, I really liked a bunch of like the arcs, like the one with Shiko's guy, who's really cute. uh, that one was nice. I think the descent to Earth was nice. But yeah, there's definitely gaps. Like I would have liked to see a bunch more of the flashback style episode, because like there was definitely stuff they could have shown. Because we only get like these like small vistas. We're not getting the whole picture, which fine. That's all right. You don't need to like go into like the minutia of Tokon's pubes, but at the same time, there's like what went on with Sailor, for example. That is somewhat unexplained. Or that it kind of connected. Just want to see some middle points, for one. And second of all, I want to see G-Quax do an egg guy design. That is something I want to see him tackle. Give me an egg guy. I want an egg guy. Hot take, Shirtlet wants to see an egg guy. Is that too much to ask in the year of our Lord 2025? I hope not. Because, I mean, there's been very few games lately that did the egg guy justice. Like, I mean, in Eternal, it was basically fodder that you're supposed to turn into better suits, and didn't even have all of its attacks, so that was lame. Then again, it's a mobile game, it being lame does come with the territory, but I don't know. There's definitely something they could have done with that. Using Gage's ass. And again, comes with the territory of it being a mobile game, so can't really complain too much if that is quite literally the nature of the beast. Oh, now I'm getting wailed on. Okay. All right. I'll take you on. Oh. Oh, what, I can't move. This guy took my health pickup. Thank God for that level up. Man, that kinda quite literally saved my bacon, so. There we go. Holy shit. Anyways. Oh. Now you want to tackle? Hell no. Speed up. Okay, that kind of solved the part of the problem while creating a few more. And again, that's... See how the cookie crumbles? There we go. Okay. Now, I'm gonna blow my the SP gauge or whatever. The special thingamajig. For the sake of, you know, for the sake of kicking ass. But yeah, I'm gonna save it on floor 12 and run another suit. Well, hello there, Rogue Newtap. Hello, hello, hello. How have you been, buddy? Alright, I do like the fact that, you know, you can run through these pretty quick. Apollo crater. Cool, we're on the moon. Sonic, I'm gonna piss on the moon! How you like that, Obama? I pissed on the moon, you idiot! I fucking love that parody thing. Like, yeah, when I eventually do something like Gundam X related, is definitely on my on the docket to make a meme edit using that. I'm gonna piss on the moon, because I mean it's genuinely funny. At least I think it is, and I don't really care much for what the dislikers, if such a thing, might have to say about it, but you know, I like it, and I don't need my like of things to be validated by any sort of, you know, external force, any external entity, I might add. You know, I did say something along those lines on Liberty, although I mainly use that account for shit posting up my video links and whatnot. Not much past that. But you know, every once in a while I drag my soapbox in. I pretend to say something profound while pretty much preaching to the choir. You know? Like, what else am I supposed to say that hasn't, you know, hasn't been said, you know, countless times before, and isn't, you know, universal truth, you know? Commies not being people, taxes sucking, you know, China being asshole, copyright being retarded, you know, anyone engaging in extramarital affairs not being a human being, you know. Very simple and to the point takes that, you know, that most reasonable people can somewhat identify with, but, you know, I think that, like, if there's anything I would found, like, somewhat profound. Ah, dang it, I have the continue thing, not the save thing. But anywho, if there's anything I would, you know, consider, I guess, somewhat, you know, somewhat of an, like, I guess, less talked about thought, let's talk about take that I do maintain is that a lot of the like irony poisoning and whatnot can definitely be tracked down to like not sure how to put it, but like I guess fear of genuineness. Not necessarily like fear, but there's definitely you know being genuine has definitely become somewhat stigmatized. I mean, you cannot, it's. I've definitely ran into cases where people have like turned towards being incredibly performative just to not seem quote unquote uncool, not to seem cringe before because they feel and because they enjoy something genuinely. Because in the era of irony poisoning, that's what you do. You wrap any sort of thought you have into a veil of irony and pretentiousness. And I'm quite happy that such a mentality is slowly going extinct. It's a gradual process, but still makes me happy that it's on the back foot. Oh! Oh crap! That's no good. If I swap things, it will reset my shit. Well, that is quite the conundrum. Well, I mean, I might as well, might as well run this one. Not like super, committed to this run. So, if there's anyone who wants me to run any other unit, I can definitely do so. Oh. I also like the fact that the leveling here is pretty smooth. Also, that was a quick ass way to. All right. Was that an explosive or something? Probably. Alright. Get that one. I don't like irony poisoning. The notion that you cannot enjoy anything in earnesty. I do find that cringe. I'm fairly consistent on that. I don't like, when people do things that kind of rob them of their own humanity. That's why I also hate, like, you know, content farms. I don't like those. And no, it's not because most of them are Indian, it's because all of them are shite. And basically there to cater to the lowest common denominator. Whether it be, you know, low effort AI stuff or rage bait or like that stuff. Alright, this is gonna be na 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 na. But okay, that didn't work. That also didn't work. So didn't work. Didn't work. Didn't work. Now I thought of that funny shit post featuring a double Zeta bootleg. But yeah, let's see. Hopefully I didn't... Hold up, did I boomer up the audio? No, I didn't. Yeah, thank God. Thank God. Because the last time I did, so, about this shit. One more and then I'll swap, to one of the, like, new Weeport, units. I think those would be fun to see in action. Oh! Alright, we start pretty strong with the gym. Oh, damn. That ain't good. At least there's a good use for units like that. And I also like the fact that there's mines, so you know, you don't get bored. Although they're very like Skate Hammer style mines, so definitely interesting. Definitely something to keep note, to make note of. I'd rather not cease and desist. There you go. One thing that I think is a bummer is the fact that they didn't really bother to balance a bunch of these bunch of the units that are you know exclusive to action waging war and in this game mode. You know, that to it's a bummer that they never bothered to balance them for the whatchamacallit, for the main Gashapon Wars mode. Because believe me, I would kill for a high Gog or a Gog or a great amount of these. Because guess what? I love my mono eyes. I'm very unashamed of it. Let's just dodge all the mines. What is this? Yeah, that's a corner. Never mind, but it appears that we've also ran into a... Oh! Oh, hi, gun tank! Yeah, no thanks. Oh, you had a green-ass launcher on your back? Always has been. Yo. You know, come to think of it, the fact that the launcher on the Destiny is green is still weird. Like, I know why they did that. It was because you know, they tried going for kind of the perfect strike color scheme. At least I'd like to think that they had been going for it, because I mean, that way it makes sense. You know, you have a blue sword. The backpack is like, as you can. Yeah, I would definitely call the, you know, design options when it comes to like the Destiny Gundam. It's definitely a quote-unquote perfect impulse. You know, you probably can't see it, but now because the phase shift is down, but I mean, for one, the backpack is red. You know, like the L Striker, and also like the whatchamacallit, the Force Impulse. It has a blue looking sword, just like the Sword Strike. It has the big laser thingamajig, which I just fired. That one's from both the Blast Impulse and the Launcher Strike. So I mean, yeah, my personal theory is that, yeah, they just wanted to make a cooler, again, make a cooler next gen Perfect Strike, which I think they did a pretty good job at it, in fact. You know, I do swear by my jobber units of choice, but when it comes to like Protag, well, yeah, technically Protag Gundams, because, you know, because characters like Kuriyamato aren't cool enough to be Protags. I mean, what? But yeah. For a named character Gundam, it's a really good one. Even though Seed isn't really known for having particularly stellar designs. I don't like the Jin. It looks very like... I don't know. It looks a lot more dry. It's not a Zaku. It's not a and there's a Zaku clone that doesn't do anything interesting. Like the backpack, you know, it has kind of grown on me, but I don't like the fact that it has the big horn on the top of its head. I think it's a bit excessive. But that might just be me. Anywho, it's level 33. You know what I'm gonna do? Okay. Let's pop a brand new random dungeon run. Let's see whether the thing has actually saved that to Destiny Gundam. Just curious. Probably not, because I did not die with it per se. I just turned it off. But yeah, there's a bunch of units that I can run. As you can see, there's Rambarol's Guff. There's the Black Tree, well, the Black Tri-Star's you know, Dom. There's the Gog. There's the Desert Type Zaku, Zaku Cannon, High Mozaku, High Mozaku Black Tri-Stars, Shin Matsunaga's HM, Johnny Raiden's HM, Snow Zaku, Snow Goof, Snow Dumb Trope, and Gelgo Ken, Hygar, Zagak E, Dewan Zaku, and Makuve's Gian. So I think that it is time to Gorg. What do you think, chat? You know? Also, this is Alice Springs, which means that... Oh, that's cool. This technically makes it the whatchamacallit, the map for them Aussies. For, you know, rise from the ashes, mate. Yeah, we do be rising some ashes. Oh. Oh. That's my freezer yard. That's cool. Alright, alright. We're running through the bushes of Australia, right? Not cool, mate. Not cool. I like to Gorg. You're standing in my way. I guess you volunteered yourself to be a barbecue. It's awful, isn't it? Oh well. And no, I ran into a mine. Would you look at that? Oh, I've got torpedoes. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've tried to do an Aussie accent, and the problem is that you know, the way you do an Aussie accent is that you're trying to go for like very I guess British mannerisms, but at the same time you're trying to put a very, like, I guess the best way to put it is that you're trying to put a very Aussie spin on it. And of course there's a bunch of like pronunciation gimmicks. Kinda like when going from like you know, the US Midwest accent to one that's from, you know, places like New York or Boston. Or Jay-Z. Well, you know, I should definitely try and mess around with that just for shits and giggles. I'm gonna gorg. I'm gonna gorg like I had never gorged before! You know what would be funny to add? Like, if this thing ever got ported. Imagine if they added, like, you know, CE units like the goon, the babby, and whatnot. But, you know, again, people would have to balance that stuff for the game modes, and I'm not completely sure if they can pull that off. And that's the sad part. Like, don't get me wrong, like, Bandai and its, like, related studios definitely had a good streak with their most recent, like, ports and remasters, you know, except for the mouse look thing on Gundam Battle Alliance, but I digress. You know, that one's never been particularly good. Like, Look at New Gundam Breaker if you want to see a genuinely bad implementation of the mouse-based lock-on and looking thing. But they do be getting better, so that leaves me hopeful, even by a bit. Because it's not perfect, as it stands. Not at all. But I do have some faith. I just hope that they're not gonna... Oh! I can use the freezy yard on the people? Oh, that's funny. I'm either using the freezy yard on myself, where I become hard to hit, well, hard to, let's see, hard to have my, well, okay, sorry. The words have refused to cooperate. What I meant to say was that, you know, when I get covered in freezy yard as a Gorg, I will then become hard to damage, given that it would be hard to puncture, you know, my little Xeon crustacean carapace, but, you know. I tried going for a run-one sentence, and that kind of screwed me over, so... It is what it is. I think that the melee on this guy is very janky, but it is also very funny. Very fun to use too. Alright. Alright. And now I ran out of freezy yard. How dare you. Oh, now I've got speed up. Oh, this is gonna be funny. Look at the speedy Gorg. Oh, look at the boy go. Oh, look at the filler. He's so cute. He's so excited. Oh yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna check on the chat. Infinite. Let's see. I'm gonna turn on the live chat because YouTube was being silly and had selected the top chat option for some reason, even though I did, you know, change that. But you know, YouTube being YouTube, can't really ask for polish here. And again, lack of polish is the least of its issues. No earnesty. I've been hearing about some weird shifty shit with what they plan to pull with ad blockers. I don't like that. I don't like the shenanigans that they're getting up to. Oh shit, have you seen the one thing that like the Tearzu guy got into on the Bird app? It's a very it was a very silly take. You know, I don't know what it is with like gimmick account people. But there has to be something in them that like compels them to aggressively, and I mean aggressively self-sabotage. Like, because I mean, extra credits, you know, I did, you know, mention those a lot. I don't like them. I think that their retarded video essays have made a bunch of stuff objectively worse. Like, for example, you know, demonizing the practices of letting players play the game that, you know, the normal way that they want to play it. Being like, but safe's coming bad, and whatnot. Which is a patently retarded take if you're talking about, like, you know, games that feature any element of chance, or maybe stuff that you can't really take back as easily. You know, shit like that. Or defending the round timers and whatnot in XCOM, which was also stupid. There was a bunch of stupid stuff with them. Or them being pro microtransactions, you know, being like, no, but games should cost $70 or more. And no, they shouldn't. If you're paying more than $30 for a game, you got fucking scammed out of your money. This rule I stick by. The only time I, you know, I didn't was on the release of Seedbale Destiny, but at that point, you know, I was trying to, you know, for one, I had a bunch of extra money saved up, and second of all, it was like, you know, from a series of games that I loved, and none of them I paid for because none of them were, you know, commercially available at the time. So I was like, you know what, screw it. You know, if this is gonna be my only exception during a large chunk of my life, you know what? This should be the game. If I am to head that route. But other than that, I've stuck to that rule of no, do not spend over over $30 on a single game. And I also haven't bought a lot of like online shit. Because because like there's very few games that I really that I bought that are like purely online. Like if the whatchamacallit, if Rising Storm Vietnam doesn't count, whatnot don't count. Yeah, I mostly didn't. Because if the end of service comes, you've basically wasted your money at that point. You know, it's basically like, yeah, you're giving them money in hopes of, you know, your quote-unquote investment not going to shit. Although it will. If it's a Ubisoft game, it definitely will. But I digress. I don't know what the hell they're doing with Siege nowadays. Although on the note of Ubisoft's fuck-ups and whatchamacallit, and online well, you know what? Games going to shit. Because, I think, yeah, it's worth mentioning that a certain release that was bought out by China from like the Hypixel devs, well, Hypixel guys who wanted to make a high tail game. Yeah, that ain't happening. It's going to shit. Then again, there's the reverse Midas touch of old CCP. Anything they touch, it goes to shit. Like even games that seem to be, well liked overall, like Rivals, I think. I don't think it's gonna last, last for long. I think there's definitely gonna be some sort of a fuck up that the people won't like, rightfully so. But that too will come one day. And I hope that the people, who are currently playing it will, have enough good memories of the game before that to kind of retroactively justify their expenditure of time on it. Because, it going to shit is going to be an inevitability since China. But, I definitely wouldn't wish that shit on anyone. Unless it's a day when I'm particularly petty, and even then it would be said in jest. But anywho, on the note of stuff going to shit, apparently there was some big name Twitch streamer Nepo baby that managed to tank a game preservation effort because, of course, a lot of the big name Twitch streamers aren't particularly good people. And, the game preservation thing, just ever so slightly did interfere with that one guy. So, business efforts. I mean, just by a bit. Because it was just like, there was one Euro guy who had this really cool petition, which I managed to sign in time, since, but it was not playing the home game. I am a denizen of bumfuck nowhere Europe, so I could do that. But was basically bummed that stuff was going out of service, and it's like, you know what? I don't think there should be a planned obsolescence for games. There should definitely be some sort of an end of life plan so that you don't leave a game extinct. So at the very least, allow it to run offline, or let people make their own designated servers, or at the very fucking least release the source code. I think that's very reasonable. But, it went where it went. I mean, Not gone yet. Fortunately. So I'm, my general hope is that there's gonna be a second win for the Stop Killing Games campaign, and we're gonna get some stuff back online. I don't particularly care for things like MSGO or SDGO, the Mobile Suit Gundam Online games, or a bunch of other like quote-unquote ongoing online games. But man, if that managed to actually get restored, or at least a similar fate would be prevented from happening to other games, I'd be a happy fucking camper, that's for sure. Also, that's... Sorry, I tried to think of something, but I think I already mentioned it, and I didn't want to retread the same ground. But yeah, by the end of today, I should be done with a video that I'm currently editing for Micah. Micah Curtis of the channel Big Micah C. Their lore video. And after that's done, I'm gonna tend to the Crossbone Saga Part 4. Hopefully the trailer cast will be able to get me the lines, so there's gonna be a thing. And after that's done, I'm definitely gonna come up with something, because I can't do Crossbone constantly, which is rather unfortunate, but also makes sense, because I don't wanna burn myself the hell out. Let's see. Is there anything new in the chat? Not really? Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Hopefully I had not... No, the audio's still running. Alright, alright, I mean, not that I would mind, people lurking. Like, hell, I'm... back when starting out, I said to myself that, I'm quite literally a habitual lurker on stuff, so, I think it would be a tad hypocritical if I were to take umbrage with people not engaging in yappery and chit-chatting. And, the onus is on me to make stuff entertaining and engaging. I should not have to rely on an external source of engagement to make things engaging, if that makes any sense. I've also seen that some corpulent content farm channel, is going to shit. It's crashing and burning. Couldn't be happier. The person in question was a fucking snake, so... Like, you know what? For one, I reserve the right to some schadenfreude. But anywho, fuck. Anywho, fuck. Yeah, got hit by the But a goofy grenade. Goofy juice. Okay. Not sure if I like the fact that the Freezy art is used as is used that way. Although it's not that much of an issue, honestly. Also, chat. Good news for people who want to grab this game and play it. One thing that I did was that I managed to, fill in the gallery. I had mentioned that, but also the save data for it have been uploaded to GameFAQs, and also, if it's not there already, you can always, hit me up. I have my DMs open. I can, send you the thingamajig directly. Well, for the time being, until it's finally uploaded on the GameFAQs. At which point, there's no sense in doing that the long way. Although doing that kind of both the direct way, but also a more meticulous way. But anywho, there's that too. In case I haven't mentioned it already, there's I've taken what's the best way to put it? Because saying taken measures is very it's not fully accurate, but I have attempted to submit a ticket on GameFAQs saying something like, would it be possible for people to upload their WonderSwan saves? Because if yes, that should pretty much allow people to actually have all the units from the whatchamacallit, from SD Gundam Operation UC and whatnot, or get some intermediary saves for Operation UC. Maybe when I get the new game plus one, I'm gonna send that one over. Who knows, but it's kind of the plan. And if they make that happen, I'm gonna make the most of it. That's what I'm gonna do. Although at some point I should definitely try and pick up GGN Advanced again. Pick up that one up again. I said up twice, didn't I? Sorry. So that's what a run-on sentence with a bit of scatterbrain does. I got the usual streamer scatterbrain. I was like, what was I saying? That's a wacky ass sentence, but what I meant to say was that I definitely should get back to G-Generation Advance at some point, so that I have all the like minute unlocks. All I'm really missing is Chimagera Hao, Master Asia, the whatchamacallit, Zex Marquis from the Wing TV show, because I have the other one, and yeah, there's that. Excuse me. didn't mute myself in time. On time. Although I'm hoping, but anyway, because otherwise, other than that, I pretty much have the full gallery in that one, and you know, I could definitely cover a bunch of stuff in there, like the Gromlin fossil, since that's a game original unit. I could probably try and record some like attack animations, since that's from you know, attack animations for stuff, because it also has some of like Getterbeat's roster, and the Easy 8 Kai, the Easy 8 HAC, the HMC, and also, what was the name of the damn oh yeah, the two DOMs. I mean, the two rig DOM variants, to be more accurate with my verbiage. Is the Dom Gross Bale and the Dom by Nix. Sorry if I'm butchering the crowd speak. I'm not particularly versed in that. Sorry. Hopefully that shouldn't be an issue. You know, I kind of like these early mission fields. They're very they're quite heavy on the, you know, I can just go in and wreck shit. Of course, there's gonna be units that are better at stuff, thanks to this, but, you know. At that point, it's not like I care. I just like my GOG rampage. And other related suit shenanigans. It's 6:34. And I thought I could, you know, fit in a lot more bronze, but unfortunately, the fact that it only saves one of the runs at the time, that kind of sucks. Since, you know, I cannot really increase the turnover rate and show a bunch more mobile suits, which is a bummer, but, you know, it be how it be. Let's see. Oh, what do you think about the G Quux show? Says Kevin Chong. Overall, I kind of liked it. Yeah, there's definitely some threads that haven't been like followed up on. There's definitely stuff that I'm hoping a season 2 will address, which I hope there's gonna be a season 2, because I really liked that version of the Zork. It looks very cursed, but also pretty funny. But yeah, I kind of like the way they concluded that. I really like the element of like this, I guess, you know, perpetual yet inevitable self-iterating element of personal tragedy, I suppose, with Lala and Char and the universes. You know, they didn't really lean too much into the usual MCU thing. It didn't really. I don't think it was like pure member berries, as some people like to call it. I think that's a bit too reductive. Because yeah, I did like the homages, but I think that the show did have a lot of stuff that's going for it. Aside from that, like if you want a good example of a, no, I'm not gonna go. Okay, I promised myself to not go on another tangent on how I don't like the build series, with them being hard carried by their cameos. But back to G-Quacks, I think it was fine, but it did leave some loose ends. Though honestly, I don't really know at which point it is, loose ends plot wise, and at which at which point that ends, and at which point me wanting to see more from that universe begins. 'Cause that is very much a thing. At first I didn't really like the designs. If you look at the G-Quags Musai or the Guadan, or I mean, the Guazine, and a bunch more, it's like, the Guazine G-Quags is not a big truck. It's a series of tubes. That thing. Like, those were wonky, but the Zaku's kind of grew on me. The Doms too. I like the G-Quag Squog. And I mean, I'd like to think that the multiverse things that some people are complaining about weren't as egregious. Like, I personally liked it. Did it have flaws? Maybe. Yeah, there were definitely some. Some characters were didn't have as much time as they should have had. But if it was due to time constraints, I can definitely say that that the people making the show did give a good effort to like making the best of what they had on hand. Like, it's hard to make an OVA-esque series work with that few episodes. I mean, I can pretty much think of only 4 Gundam series that do not count as like specials or such things that kind of made it work. That's Evolve, which is like a bunch of self-contained stories. So not really not sure if that counts. Then OAF MS Team, the Stardust Memory. And that would have been about it. Like, well, also, 0080 and such. Those did make it work, but others, they needed a lot more episodes. Like maybe, which would have had less issues if they didn't try to stretch fit that into a 24 episode format. Who knows? But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I kind of like the fact that it is very much an Eva rebuild sort of ending. I kind of liked the last minute twist with Shalia Bull and Char. With Shalia being like, oh shit, he's gonna be very shifty in Char's counterattack. I think I should stop him. And Char being like, okay, why is he trying to kill me? And you know, then the big like, you know what? Yeah, that was stupid. What? Why were we trying to kill each other? And you know, sure, you know, going somewhere quiet. You know, going to see Lala and them having their nice little couples getaway while Sailor Mars actually went the origin route without the coup d'etat. And just was like, you know what? Fine, I'll run the show. And of course it was nice seeing Ramberval. Well then, you know, places like Sad 6 had these like junker thingamajigs. You know, using mobile suits that were left behind after the war. You know, I think that was cool. I like the fact that, you know, as a sort of a side effect to the breakneck pace that the show was on, the duels and whatnot did not overstay their welcome. I think that's pretty commendable. So yeah, that's what I think about the quacks, the G quacks, the Z gags, the G quacks. Hey, I'm definitely hoping for a season 2. But it did definitely have a good start. It had a really good start. And I think it would be a shame to just, you know, call it at 12 episodes. I'm also hoping that they give us a proper release for the beginning movie, because guess what, if it's stuck to a cinema only release, well, good job, you just made it a limited release thing where, you know, people who don't live in certain regions just don't get to watch it, and yeah, that sucks. Especially when I live in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I'm gonna try and run another suit. Which suit would be fun to run in this one? I mean, the Mobius seems like fun. The VTOL, these. Now that I have all the units, you can't really, you know, can't really pick. But, I have an idea now. And just, hold my beer, chat. Because there's the thing, there's a site called, like Wheel of Names. I'm gonna do something to simplify my selection of stuff. See, I'm gonna go to the gallery mode. I'm gonna... Okay, where's the... I'm probably gonna have to go through this. Okay, give me a second. No capture. I have to make it not visible. I'm gonna name it RNG. Maybe Mudrock. Yeah, that could be a thing, but I'm gonna try doing something else. So I'm gonna take this wheel picker, put it here. I'm gonna go into like categories like 1 Year War, grips, double Zeta, CCA. You know, by the divisions of the thingamajig. There's gonna be of course Seed, Destiny. Destiny, and of course bonus units. And we originals. See? We got all of them. Now, let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And, yeah, what's it gonna be? See Destiny. I mean, I already did that with the Destiny Gundam, so let's go for a reroll. You know, I want some variety. Okay, bonus units. The bonus units are gonna be next. But, you know, the Mudrock was requested, so that takes priority. And also nuke that window one. But yeah, Mudrock could be fun. But I'm not gonna run as many floors with him. Oh, that's a nice jumpy attack. Oh. I smacked the thing that's explicitly capable of putting a dent in my armor. Oh well. And a landmine. Oh well. Let's see. Let's make these 5 floors count. I'm gonna try and just rush through them. See how fast can I run through that stuff. You know, it is fun that you know, it is funny that this machine is walking despite being a hover suit. Oh no, a trap! What shall I do with my beam rifle cannons and quite a decent amount of firepower, all things considered? Oh no, I wonder what I will do. What I shall do. I'm thinking the next candidate should be, I don't know, something funny. Something like, the Haro. Or the Psycho Gundam. I think that would be fun. That would be great to, try in this mode. Oh. That's cool. I passed that floor pretty quick. especially with the fact that these have a good target guidance. It's also why the Sandrock is a good counter to the Akatsuki. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you have to explicitly kill an Akatsuki, you run the Sandrock. I mean the Mudrock. Shit. Oh, there you go. This game now has wing stuff. Then again, that would be really cool. So, it's obviously something they're not gonna do. Because, you know. Because that would be fun. And it would probably take effort. Oh well. Anywho. Where was I? Oh yeah. Trying to run through the floors, so... I'm gonna do 5 floors with that one. And then it's either, like... a random unit from the bonus bunch, or another audience suggestion. I think that should, I think that sounds good. Oh no, a trap. What am I gonna do? Oh, there we go. It also just showed me where I can go to. Oh. This is the trap tile, right? So I gotta... You gotta do the thing that you do on the trap tiles. And now, just make a run for it. Now killing these would be fun, so might as well. There you go. Level up. Stump, 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 stump. Oh. There you go. That explosion had thrown me into stage 5. Which is Frosty. That's cool. I've also noticed that I have not been doing the cool thing with the power-up, so there you go. I'm making up for the lack of it. Oh no, what am I gonna do? There you go. Got the full health on the level up, which that's one of the things in Castle Crashers, of all things, that saved my bacon very consistently. Although I still have yet to beat a bunch of stuff on like very silly mode. I mean I think it's called the insanity mode, I think. Was that one had like this, like, I think it was like a troll or something? It was like black hairy creature, which had a crap ton of health. But I took that one out, so all's well that ends well. But yeah, anyhow, that much has been done. And now, back to the unit selection screen. Oh yeah! So we got the Mudrock. Mudrock. Alright. Single play, random dungeon. Let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's try the X-ray units. Now I'm curious. Like, I know that Harrow would be fun to run with its like, you know, basically since it has a, it has the spark thing. If you just tap the D-pad stuff, man, it's on cooldown. It's not a pickup, so there's that. Obviously, the Musha and the Knight would be pretty dang strong, but could also run the least impressive of the extremes, Zack Warrior Green. But I'm thinking of running the Psychero. The Doom Dice, as I'd like to call it. Okay, that's funny. Just... Prepare to cube. Prepare to die. Oh no. Oh no! Okay. So there's an obvious downside to running this one. And that is that the Psychero Gundam is one fat fuck. So if his blood cholesterol level doesn't take him out, the enemies will. It's something they didn't really take into account. Although, you know, it's not much of an issue. Oh wow, I got trapped. Guess what I got? I got trapped wrong. I have a cube. I'm gonna cube. Hey, come on, I wanted to get the flashy charge melee. There you go. There we go. And also, I can just do the spin. What was the Latin saying? Alaiacta est or some? Basically, the die have been thrown. Prepare to D6. It's very slow. Man, this is very slow. Almost ridiculously slow. You know, thank God I haven't ran the Zork. That would have broke me. It was like, that would have been like, no, not again. And yeah, what else should I run for, like, you know, last go, I guess? Let me think. Because, I mean, I know I haven't really committed to a run this stream, because I've mostly been doing just, you know, I guess sampling player stuff. I've been trying to see what unit is fun to run stuff with. I don't know, I'm thinking Tropin is gonna be fun. I mean, there's a bazooka and probably Eastern Force. Okay, so let's get the turning thing. Standard bazooka. Big smack. And okay, now I'm okay, but okay, now I want to know where's like any sort of distinction from any other Dom type. You know, what makes this guy build different? Aside from the model. Not that I would be complaining, mind you, it's just, you know. It's like, okay. I see what you're doing here, but I'd like a little bit more. It's not like, you know, complaining, it's more like asking for seconds. You like what they are serving. You're like, yeah, give me more. More would be nice. More is good. Give people the more, not the less. To quote somebody whose name I probably forgot, I think somebody said it, right? Sorry, I have a very piss poor memory for some quotes. But I do distinctly recall someone, you know, saying it and me watching the guy's video. And being like, yeah. It's a very, very well put sentence. I should definitely use that at some point. I mean, I could... You know what? Zeta Gundam, actually. Yo, I'm gonna run the Zeta as my last pick. Cause, thing about Zeta is that you can turn the Jared Mesa into Buried Mesa. See what I did there? Or oh well. Anywho, oh, there we go. See ya. So now I want to see how they'll handle this. You know, since this just means I'm a Wave Rider. Wave Rider. Dun-dun. I don't know why I tried, you know, recreating the "He's a man-eater" thing. He's a Wave Rider. Yeah, now I'm doing the Maniac thing. Oh well. Never mind, but man, this is not bad. Like, I thought this would be a lot worse than it is. Sheesh, like, this kind of works. See, all I really had to do was to believe in the sign of Zeta. Oh, why won't you move? Oh, door stuck. Yeah, that's also something I should probably try and recreate with like when I do another Gundam versus God video. Just doing the door stuck. Exterior like yellow fish eggs, interior like suicide wrist rags. I could exercise you, this could be a visit. Cheat on your man, homie. Try to get through the door, but the door's stuck. Yeah, I remember that one. In terms of you, this could be a visit. Cheat on your man, homie. Try to get. Door stuck, you're a genuine yeah, that one. There we go. Moon once again. I'm gonna piss on the moon. Sonic the Hedgehog. Also, yeah, for some reason, you know, when making the gear and shit post that I made like a week ago, I was just for shits and giggles, I tried, you know, doing Bob Chandler's voice on my own time, and for some reason I got I got the idea to use an impression of you know the whatchamacallit, the Home Alone 2 cameo guy, right? Uh, so it's like, listen to me. Do you realize? Do you realize that if the health department of the Green County sees those videos, they could condemn our house and we would have to move out of it? I'm sorry, it's just it's very silly. Besides, I've got some, I don't have as much, experience doing that impression. Aside from whenever I want to make, one of my siblings laugh. And, back in the day, for context, back in the day, Brontosaurus wasn't a thing. Like, the archaeologists believed that, actually, that's a mix-up that happened with a species of, I think, a Diplodocus and the Brachiosaurus, right? Because at first, it was a thing. Then it ceased to be a thing for like a couple decades, during which I was born, and then like 2015, I think, they were like, you know what, Brontosaurus is an actual dinosaur, and I'm like, fuck you, because now I have to, pretend that the Brontosaurus is an actual thing, even though it kind of angers me. Because, for the longest time it was the made-up dinosaur. So I'm like, so at that point I was like, when I found that out, I was bantering around with one of my siblings that, we're gonna have to make archaeology great again. There's gonna be Brontosaurus no more. The crooked lizard will not see the light of day. So yeah, I still need a lot more practice doing my silly impressions. Like I can do a decent goofy accent. Yuck. Or I could do a Mickey. See, if I didn't do the vocal fry thing at the end, I would have had a perfect impression of it. Sadie. Sorry, and for one, I'm a little parched from yapping for, 2 hours. And, I also, have a bit of a cold, so it probably won't come out too good, but, alright. Let's go. Hey, this is a surprise tool that will help us later. See, the problem with me doing the high-pitched stuff is that I cannot really maintain it with in the state that I'm in. So, if anyone asks me to do a sing-along of 319 by Prince, I'm probably gonna end up coughing and, sounding like I eat Marlboros for breakfast, which I don't, but, you know. That is how my voice will come out, unfortunately, if I were to do that. But oh well. Anywho. Anywho, that's... Oh yeah, that's a field 4, so I'm gonna try and get a couple more fields in, and after that I'm gonna call it. Yeah, that was a... Oh, that was supposed to be a trap tile. That's funny. But yeah, it's gonna be field 5, and now I'm calling it. But yeah, I'm happy people have turned up on the stream. Turned up to the stream, I mean. And I'm happy that I was able to kind of maintain the little bit of high energy, I guess high energy shirt lad I sometimes do, even despite being a bit fatigued from editing, like 5 days straight, from dusk till dawn, trying to make stuff work. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna get a briefer. Get a breather. See, it's fucking with my accent too. But yeah, I'm gonna and my cadence. But anywho, I'm gonna get a breather during the weekend. I'm gonna try and get a bunch more audio recorded and edited. Stuff is gonna get done. That much I can promise you. And yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a real good time. Let's see, have I missed anything in the chat? Alright, fortunately not. But yeah, I'm gonna be looking forward to doing Crossbone. I think that would be fun. Oh, did I just one-shot the boss? Okay. I mean, fair enough. Zeta is just dead busted, you know. Zeta Supremacy is, there's a buddy of mine. Midnight Hitter. Sometimes his. But yeah, anywho. See, this is done. Done. Level up. Zap. Another zap. HP thing, yeah, that was much appreciated. But, oh, doing these flybys is a lot of fun. Like, man, this I absolutely like. Like when you get a more open spot and you can just, you know, you can just go raise hell. That's fun. But anyways, like many good things, even this stream has to come to an end. So I'm gonna switch on over to the end screen. And I would like to thank all of you for sticking around, for watching and whatnot. And I shall see you later. Shirtlade signing out. I'm just gonna wait until the thing pops in to kind of compensate for latency. And yeah, have a good one. And hopefully there's gonna be a there's gonna be an upload sooner rather than later. Gonna try doing that.